All right, now to finish it off, the final wild card prediction game. We've got the LA Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks in an NFC West battle. It's going to be Russell Wilson versus potentially Jared Goff, and a matchup is going to be interesting. This game, I have no idea where to go with this game. I mean, I just don't know what to think. If you're a Rams fan, how concerned are you about this game? You don't know if Goff's going to play or not. You already know he's injured because he has that dislocated thumb on his throwing head. Like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? I'm so conflicted. I don't know where to go with this because even though the Rams and Goff is not, he's dealing with this whole situation, the Rams themselves, I'm not exactly keen on them making a deep playoff run. The Seahawks themselves have been incredibly concerning to watch. It's like everything just flipped for them. We early on in the season, this offense was flaming hot. Russell Wilson looked to be the MVP. He started off blazing hot. He was going to take over the MVP race and finally get the trophy he deserved. Meanwhile, the defense was playing like complete garbage, absolute trash, giving up so much yards and points. It's like, what is going on? This defense is going to cost Russell Wilson. This defense was bad in the first half. It really looked like they were going to cost Russell Wilson a chance to really go far in the postseason. Then, as we got to the second half, and as we got closer to the playoffs, the team did a complete 180. All of a sudden, the defense started playing so much better as a unit. They don't try to do too much. They play their roles, and they play it well. And it's worked out for them so efficiently. At the same time the defense is getting themselves together, all of a sudden, the offense is just sputtering. I mean, what's happening? You got all these weapons, and all of a sudden they're just sputtering? What's going on? I'm so confused as to what is happening. What do you do? Oh my God, this whole Seattle team, I am so concerned because you're watching them play these games and they're playing close games with someone like the 49ers. And it looks like Russell Wilson has to come up clutch in the fourth quarter and they have to barely win these games. Defense is doing their job, but the offense is struggling. And then Russell Wilson has to come up clutch and they end up winning the game by 4. They're playing with fire here. What has happened? How did everything flip? 1 minute the offense is flaming, now it's just cold and it's inconsistent and it's on the verge of just being just so concerning. Then you look at the defense, 1 minute they were playing like garbage and now they've risen up and look at where they are right now. So it's a complete 180. I don't know what to say about the Seahawks. Then I look at the Rams, they are the definition of inconsistency. 1 minute they're playing like a Super Bowl contender, the next minute they're losing to the Jets. I don't know what to make of the Rams this year. I don't. This team went head-to-head with the Bills and honestly should have won that game. But then you see them later here, they're losing to the Jets? And Jared Goff, 1 minute he was playing well, now he's playing like a dumpster fire. Like, what is happening? And to make it worse, he has this injury. So even if he does play, he's going to be playing with that injury. So he's not completely healthy. What do I do with this? Well, let's get into it. What do I see? Offensively, who gets the edge? Quarterback-wise, Russell Wilson is better than Jared Goff. We don't have to worry about that. Receivers, they're about the same. I mean, DK Metcalf is a monster. I'll give you that. But Tyler Lockett and the rest of that crew, other than that, other than DK, you got Tyler Lockett, who's underrated, one of the most underrated receivers in the league. But other than that, there's not much on the offense. Then you go look on the other side here with Rams and Cooper Kupp, and I'm looking at the squad, and I'm like, they've got a solid passing game. They got solid receivers on both sides. Then you look at the running game. The running game. There's not much of a running game with Seattle, and the Rams' running game's okay. I don't think there's that much of a difference between Seattle's running game and LA's running game for the most part. I'll definitely say that. It feels like they're somewhat close. So I feel like at the end of the day, when you look at the offenses, it just comes down to the quarterbacks. So I'm going to give the edge to the Seahawks because Russell Wilson's just better and more clutch than Jared Goff. Then I look at the defenses. The Rams defense has been inconsistent at times, but at the same time, they've been holding their own. They've been playing really well in some games. They've looked relatively solid. They look nice as a unit. But the Seattle team has completely flipped to 180, and they really look like one of the top defenses in the league. I really want to give the edge to Seattle because I've been impressed by how this defense has turned it around this season. I'm not saying the Rams defense is bad. I think the Rams defense is solid. Obviously, they're solid, but like, in terms of that front seven, it's Aaron Donald and no one else. Aaron Donald's like the only one there, and it's nobody else. They have to triple team this guy because if they don't, like, he's going to get to the quarterback. But other than Aaron Donald, no one really stands out there. Then you look at the secondary, you still got Ramsey. But other than that, I'm like, I'm not even sure. I just look at this team from top to bottom on the Rams. They're talented as a defense. I've seen them play well as a defensive unit. But I don't know if I want to pick them over Seattle's defense that has really turned it up in the last couple of weeks. This defense is playing great. And I'm really liking what I'm seeing. They're not doing too much. They're playing their roles, and everything's working out. They've been great these last couple of weeks. So I feel like I want to take the Seahawks defense, and I'm going to do it because I think I'm going to give them the edge. I think it's relatively close, but the Seahawks defense has impressed me more over these last couple of weeks as opposed to what I've seen by the Rams. So I'm picking the Seahawks defense, meaning at the end of the day, I believe overall the advantage just goes to the Seahawks. I think these two teams are very close. When it comes to a divisional matchup, you never know how these things can go. But I just have so much faith in Russell Wilson coming up clutch and performing better in this situation than Jared Goff. I just feel that way personally. And I believe the way the defense for the Seahawks have been playing the last couple weeks, I think they can do just well enough to try and slow down Jared Goff and make it a tough day for him if he's playing. I really don't know if he's playing or not. I'm hoping he's playing because, like, I don't know. How do Rams feel about that? Like, do Rams fans really want Goff to play? If it's like, are they like, you know what, Goff's been very bad the last couple weeks. Honestly, I could take anyone else putting in that role. I don't mind that. Or are Rams fans like, no, we have no chance to go on a run if Goff doesn't come back and play for this game? I really want to see the Rams' perspective on this because, like, I've seen some of the fan base be split in between when it comes to their feelings about Jared Goff. It's been quite a crazy occurrence this season for them. So I'm very interested to hear the Rams' perspective on how they feel about Jared Goff playing in this game. It's going to be very interesting. But yeah, I have more faith in Russell Wilson and what I'm seeing from the Seattle team than I do of the Rams because Seattle has just been playing better as a unit. However, I will say I don't think this is going to be a blowout because, again, despite me having so much love and belief in Russell Wilson, that offense is I don't know what to do. This offense has dropped off dramatically. What happened to the Seahawks offense? What happened? Literally, they were on fire. They were on fire in the first half. Russell Wilson was putting up record numbers. He looked like the MVP, and everything just collapsed. What happened to the Seahawks offense? Why are they struggling this much? What's happened to the pass game? Why is every game Russell Wilson's now back to, I got to come up clutch. I've got to come up clutch with the game on the line. I don't know what to make of this Seahawks offense. It's a good thing the defense is playing well. They've definitely turned it up, but it's like a complete 180. It's a complete switch. The offense and defense just switch roles. Now it feels like the defense is going to have to carry the offense and give opportunities for Russell Wilson to come up clutch. If the defense if they give up 30 in this game, I do not see the Seahawks winning. I don't know about that, man. I don't know what to say about the Seahawks offense. I'm just very, very concerned. I think this is going to be a close game. I'm looking at these two teams. When it comes down to it, who's going to win it? Tough. It's tough. I don't know, man. I really don't know who to pick between these two teams. You know what? I'm going to take the Seahawks. I'm definitely going to take the Seahawks in this matchup. I just have more faith in Russell Wilson than I do in Jared Goff. I believe this game's going to be close, and it's going to come down to Russell Wilson making the plays versus Jared Goff making the plays, and I'm just going to trust Wilson. I like what I'm seeing from the Seahawks defense. They've definitely been playing well. They've definitely stepped up. The Rams defense, I have some faith in them. They're a solid defense, but I don't know. It just seems like when it comes to that front seven, as long as you find a way to contain Aaron Donald, you're not getting anything. You're not going to get touched. So, like, I'm looking at it. I think it's going to be a very competitive game. It's an NFC West matchup, so you know when it comes to divisional rivalries and divisional games, it can go either way. But I have more faith in Russell Wilson getting the job done than I do in Jared Goff, especially because Goff He's dealing with that injury, so I don't know. If Goff doesn't play in this game, I don't see how the Rams have any chance to win. But, we'll be paying attention. We'll see what type of game plan Sean McVay has for these guys, so we'll see what happens. Also, Pete Carroll, I'm expecting you and your defense to go out there and do what they got to do. I'm going to pick the Seahawks. They're going to win this game, and they're going to advance to the divisional round. And with that being said, that is all the predictions for Wild Card Weekend. I'm just waiting, man. As a Ravens fan, I'm just waiting for Sunday. I got to see this game happen. I don't know what's going to happen, but I can't wait. It should be interesting. With that being said, man, that's all I got. I'm going to pick the Seahawks, and it's time for these teams to play football, man. Playoff time. Starts tomorrow. We start with the Bills and Colts, and we'll just see what happens from there. With that being said, man, that is all I got, and I'm out of here, man. Peace!